Welcome back to another edition of Not a CSL Trailblazer. Let's make something happen. In today's episode, I want to start with my quote. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. If you limit your choices to what is possible or reasonable, you disconnect yourself from what you truly want. All that is left is compromise. Hope you enjoyed that quote. I chose it specifically for today's episode because I'm going to be talking about able, the suffix able specifically, and words that go with that suffix because I used it in the quote, if you noticed it, and that's what I want to concentrate on today. So stay tuned because right after this intro, I'm going to share with you some words that maybe you know and some that maybe you don't. And welcome back. Without further ado, let's get started. For vocabulary, I got a whole series on prefixes. Today I'm doing a suffix, but prefixes are my specialty. And here is one of my best ones. If you click on that one, you'll find a list of a few others because I've done at least 5 episodes on prefixes. And share this video. If you know people who want to improve their fluency, which is what this channel is all about, they need some fluency, they can watch these videos. And if I am speaking too slowly for them, just go in the settings below, push that speed up to 1.5 because that means this video will be done in T-minus 2 minutes. Here we go. Let's get started. So able, the suffix able. Really? That's what we're going to do an episode on? You're damn right. First word, manageable. Second word, commendable. Third word, viable. Fourth word, doable. Fifth word, inevitable. And one more, reasonable. Let's stop with there. I've just hit you with 6 incredibly useful words. If something is reasonable, like a request, a suggestion, it means we might have to take up that suggestion or that request needs to be considered. If a person is being reasonable, that means that we should listen to them or we should give them a chance to express their opinion if we haven't already. Inevitable, that it's going to happen no matter what. You can't control when it's going to happen, and it's going to happen. It's inevitable that the prices of goods are going to continue to increase. That's one opinion. It's inevitable that the climate is going to keep heating up. That's another opinion. It's inevitable that if you live in Poland, it's going to be cold and gray a lot of the time. Doable. A lot of people that speak English as a second language don't recognize this as being a word, but it is. When you're being given a task and someone is asking you if you can or cannot do it or complete it by a certain time, saying it's doable is a bit informal, but perfectly clear, and it means that here's an episode. Boom. Believable. I done it recently. That word believable has great synonyms that go with doable. Feasible, and there's a few more, but check that episode if you want to know. It's short and sweet, 2 minutes if you put on 1.5 speed. Doable, I don't have to explain it. You know what it means. Very useful. Good word to have in your repertoire. Next one is manageable. If something is manageable, you can manage it. You're able to handle it. You're able to take on that responsibility. You will finish it by the deadline or the time that it needs to be done. Manageable are your kids and their extracurricular activities, your workload, your relationships with people, your projects that you take on. Manageable. Next one. Commendable. That means we are very impressed and you should be recognized for the achievement. That's commendable. That you tried and you achieved something that was difficult. We should make that known that we are impressed. It's commendable. We commend you. Coming from the verb to commend. Okay? It's commendable. Your effort, your willingness are all things that are commendable. Final word. Viable. If something is viable, it's possible to be done. If a project is viable, that means that you can complete it. If some kind of political ideas that politicians are expressing are viable, that means that they can be put into practice, they can be passed into law, and they can work, and they can be implemented. If an option is viable, that means it's a real option, like it can be chosen. Those are my ables, and you know what? I got more, but you're gonna have to stay tuned for the next episode, part 2 again, because I like keeping these episodes nice and sweet. Thank you for your viewership. Please share if you care. I'd really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Keep pushing for that fluency. Make something happen. Let's do it.